Tommy Lee Sparta, one of dancehall's most mysterious, influential, and controversial figures. From Montego Bay's gritty streets to becoming the face of Gothic dancehall, Tommy Lee built an empire off raw talent, resilience, and an unforgettable persona. Today we're breaking down his net worth, family life, career controversies, and how he shaped one of the most unique eras in modern dancehall. This is the story of the Sparta Boss, the myth to uncover the man, the music, and the legacy of dancehall's most demonic figure. Tommy Lee Sparta's rise didn't begin on the big stages of Sting or Sumfest. It started in a small studio in Flankers around late 2007. Back then, he was just a young artist recording his earliest songs at Sneepa Studios. One of those early tracks was Spartan Story, a song that hinted at the creativity and raw energy that would later define his brand. In those early days, Tommy Lee performed as an opening act at small community shows. His unique tone and edgy delivery quickly caught the attention of producers and artists, including the Portmore superstar himself, Vybz Kartel. Kartel saw how wild the crowd reacted to his performance and encouraged him to move to Kingston to join the Portmore empire. But at the time, Tommy Lee wasn't ready to leave his family behind. He turned down the offer, a rare decision for any young artist coming up. Everything changed on January 7th, 2010. That night, Tommy Lee performed at Vybz Kartel's birthday bash, and the crowd response was explosive. It was the moment he realized music wasn't just a hobby, it could be his future. Shortly after, he officially joined the Portmore empire. His first real breakout song came in November 2010 with Warn Dem, produced by Da Wiz, the same producer from his Flankers beginnings. The track was Tommy Lee's first widely recognized hit, and the music video, directed by DK Concept, was his first major visual release. Then came the turning point. In 2011, Tommy Lee released Some Boy, Link Pon We Chain, on the So Bad rhythm. The track created buzz, but it wasn't until after Vybz Kartel's arrest in 2011 and after new management from Junior Heavy D that the song took off. By 2012, Some Boy was dominating Jamaica's underground charts and flooding Caribbean TV stations like RETV, Hype TV, and Tempo. With that momentum came a run of back-to-back hits: Psycho, Bussa Blank, Shook, Uncle Demon. These songs introduced Jamaica and the world to the darker, Gothic-influenced persona that became his signature. 2012 became a milestone year. Tommy Lee Sparta was now a headliner at both Reggae's Sumfest in Montego Bay and Sting in Portmore, two of the biggest dancehall platforms in the world. That same year, after Vybz Kartel's label Adijahiem Records shut down due to legal issues, Tommy Lee announced his first major business move, launching the label PG-13 alongside fellow artist Gaza Slim. In late 2012, he made another strategic decision, rebranding officially as Tommy Lee Sparta. The name change helped him avoid confusion with international celebrities like Motley Crue's drummer Tommy Lee or actor Tommy Lee Jones. More importantly, Sparta represented his roots, an area in Flankers known locally by that name. His music also began influencing Jamaican culture beyond dancehall. During the 2012 London Olympics, sprinters like Usain Bolt and Warren Weir publicly showed love for Tommy Lee and the Gaza movement, even flashing the Sparta hand sign after sweeping the 200-meter medals. In response, Tommy Lee released celebratory remix versions of Psycho and Some B-Woy, honoring the athletes. Awards soon followed. In 2012, Psycho won Song of the Year at the Youth View Awards, with additional nominations for Collaboration of the Year and Favorite Male Artist. He continued building on that momentum. In 2013, Tommy Lee Sparta focused on expanding his sound beyond the Gothic image. He released a wave of new tracks that showed more versatility. Songs like Captain Sparta, We Want Paper, Patrol, Bun New New, and Go Hard. He also performed heavily across the Caribbean, strengthening his fan bases in Trinidad, Barbados, Belize, and Guyana. Though the controversy around his Uncle Demon persona continued, the demand for his live performances only grew. 2014 saw Tommy Lee pushing deeper into the international market. With songs like New Fear Dim, Bad Man Dog, and Duddy Money, Sparta showed that his style wasn't a gimmick, it was a lane of its own. He toured in Europe, the UK, and the Caribbean. This was also the year he began experimenting with darker trap-influenced beats, a sound that would later dominate dance. By 2015, the industry had tried to box him in, but Sparta remained unshaken. Songs like Style and Swagger, Psycho Paint 2, Load Up, and Ghetto Youth's Anthem reinforced his presence. Though some promoters remained cautious because of past controversies, fans continued to overwhelm shows wherever his name appeared. 2016, the birth of trap dancehall. 2016 became the year Tommy Lee began transitioning fully into trap dancehall. Tracks like Notice, New Ramp With People, Enemy, Born With It, and Too Much Badness highlighted his evolving style. The production became darker, slower, and more cinematic, a shift that helped influence the modern trap dancehall wave. In 2017, Sparta delivered one of his strongest musical years of the decade. Songs like Bad Man Party, Target, Destruction, Soul Reaper, and Dark Ages blended storytelling with futuristic trap beats. Critics who once dismissed him were now admitting Tommy Lee Sparta was a trendsetter. 2018. Billboard success. 2018 brought new heights. Tommy Lee Sparta released the EP New Creator, which landed on the Billboard Reggae Albums Top 10, further solidifying his international credentials. He also released the popular tracks Monster, Blue Cheese, Blessings, and Spartan Angel. It was clear the Sparta brand was global. In 2019, Tommy Lee Sparta regained dominance in dancehall. He dropped hit after hit. Under Vibes, Hard Ears, Top Shotta, Loyalty, Power Struggle, and Prince of Dark. But behind the scenes, police pressure in Montego Bay was intensifying. On June 7, 2020, Tommy Lee Sparta was detained under the state of emergency targeting Mo Bay gangs, despite not being charged. He was held for more than 3 months, sparking national debates about police overreach. Yet musically, he couldn't be stopped. 2020 hits included Underworld, Creep, Armed and Dangerous, Savage Life Part 2, Enemies, and Under Vibes Remix. In March 2021, Tommy Lee Sparta faced one of the biggest setbacks of his life. He was sentenced to 3 years for illegal possession of a firearm and ammunition. Despite the prison bars, his music continued to soar. His collaboration Protocol with Skeng became one of the biggest dancehall songs of the year, dominating parties, radio, and YouTube. In 2022, even while incarcerated, Tommy Lee Sparta's impact didn't slow. Songs like Guzu Bunks, Born Wicked, Vibes, and Alter Ego kept his presence alive. And fans waited for the moment Tommy Lee Sparta would walk free again. In March 2023, Tommy Lee Sparta was released, and dancehall erupted. Within weeks, he returned to the studio and stage. Hits in 2023 included Tic-Tac-Toe, Protocol Part 2, Street Smart, Savage Life 3, Rebirth. His music continued to explore themes of struggle, resilience, and the supernatural, which fans often describe as Gothic Dancehall. He demonstrated versatility, ensuring his sound remained relevant and distinct. A major highlight of this era was a strategic move into the international market through high-profile features. Trippie Redd. In August 2023, Tommy Lee Sparta collaborated with American rapper Trippie Redd on the track Helicopter, which appeared on Redd's album A Love Letter to U5. The collaboration was a natural fit, given the shared goth sensibility and dark aesthetics of both artists, and was accompanied by a dark, cinematic music video. Tommy Lee Sparta re-established his presence as a commanding live performer, selling out major venues and appearing at prominent festivals. Reggae Sumfest 2023. He delivered a highly energetic and mighty and powerful performance at Reggae Sumfest, solidifying his return to major Jamaican stages. He was the first artist confirmed for Dream Weekend's 15th anniversary event in October 2023, where his performance was described as epic and a masterclass in stage presence. St. Kitts Music Festival. He performed at the St. Kitts Music Festival in 2024/2025, showcasing his international appeal. Let's talk numbers. Official financial documents for Tommy Lee Sparta have never been publicly released, so all net worth figures you'll find online are estimates, and those estimates vary widely. Some music industry trackers place his career earnings in the mid-six figures, while a few fan sites and aggregator platforms list figures that go as high as $1 million USD or more. A realistic estimate puts Tommy Lee Sparta's net worth somewhere in the region of mid-six figures up to around $1 million USD. And that comes from several revenue streams. Music streaming, which continues to perform strongly across Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, and Audio Mac. International shows and bookings, especially in Europe, Canada, and the Caribbean. Merchandise and branding tied to his Sparta image. And most importantly, a decade-plus catalog that still earns consistently, even during the years when he was unable to perform live. Songs like Psycho, Uncle Demon, Blessing, Sparta Forever, Hard Ears, and Don't Play continue pulling steady streaming numbers, helping maintain his income through every high and low in his career. And because Tommy Lee has one of the most loyal fan bases in modern dancehall, his older music has never stopped circulating, keeping his brand alive and his earnings stable. Tommy Lee Sparta's career has never been controversy-free. In fact, controversy followed him from almost the beginning. But every incident, every feud, and every headline helped shape the artist he eventually became. In 2012, as Tommy Lee's fame skyrocketed, he found himself in several public conflicts. His dark, Gothic-style persona, especially the Uncle Demon character, sparked criticism from some corners of Jamaican society. Religious groups accused the imagery of being too dark, while traditionalists in dancehall didn't understand the new style. Artist conflict, Summer, 2012. Tommy Lee versus Bounty Killer. Bounty Killer publicly criticized his demon lyrics. Tommy Lee clapped back musically and verbally, and both artists traded insults online for months. The feud dominated Jamaican blogs, radio talk shows, and selector clashes throughout the year. 2013. Feud with Alkaline. In 2013, Tommy Lee became one of the first established artists to clash with a rising newcomer, Alkaline. Alkaline took lyrical shots at the Sparta camp in interviews and dub plates, hinting that Tommy Lee's dark style wasn't authentic. Diss tracks and subliminal lines circulated through the summer. Fans debated the tension heavily on social media. The artists never officially battled on stage, but the rivalry shaped early 2000s dancehall conversations. 2014 to 2015, public criticism and music bans. In 2014 and 2015, Tommy Lee's music was banned from several local events and family-oriented shows due to lyrical concerns. Despite this, his street audience grew even stronger. Songs like New Fear Dim, Hotter Than Dim, and Bad Man News kept him relevant. 2016. Detention without charge. In February 2016, Tommy Lee Sparta was detained in Kingston during a major police sweep. He was held for several days but was not charged with any crime. He spoke publicly afterward, saying he was being unfairly targeted because of his image and stage persona. But for Tommy Lee Sparta, his biggest musical feud ignited just this November from the genocide boss himself, Masicka. This war has reignited the debate over who truly wears the dancehall crown. The tension really began to bubble up during the recent Reggae Sumfest, when Masicka declared himself the greatest of all time, the GOAT. This declaration came shortly after the dancehall world officially crowned T-Vibes Cartel as the undisputed king of the dancehall. Tommy Lee Sparta, a longtime protege and loyal soldier of the Gaza camp and Vibes Cartel, took that GOAT comment as a direct diss, not just to his mentor, but to the entire Gaza legacy. Tommy Lee fired the first major lyrical shot, dropping the track Control, aiming to put Masicka back in his place. But Masicka didn't miss a beat. He responded swiftly with the scathing track Vain, where he really turned up the heat. In that track, Masicka accused Tommy Lee of riding Vibes Cartel's coattails for his entire career and even claimed he personally rejected a collaboration request from Tommy Lee during his time in lockup. Ouch. Tommy Lee came right back with Destroyer, telling Masicka plainly he isn't fit for the dancehall throne. Masicka's counterpunch was Tears, arguing that purely based on raw talent, Tommy Lee wouldn't have made it this far in the industry. And for the latest strategic move, Tommy Lee released his newest diss track, Dearth Day. That's how deep the lyrical warfare is right now. For now, the war is strictly lyrical. Fans are loving the quality of the lyrics and the clash of styles. Insiders are buzzing, hoping this intense musical rivalry gets taken to the ultimate clash arena, the legendary Sting stage show. So, who's dominating this 2025 verbal war? Tommy Lee Sparta, Masicka, or is it too close to call? One thing's clear, this feud is far from over, and dancehall fans are here for every punch, every line, and every track. Thanks for watching.